Hey everybody, this is akinabrodeak. I am author, mentor, minister, speaker. I am here to talk to you today about having sex as a young person and what things you need to be aware of. So, before I go any further, I am the author of this book. It's called 12 and Pregnant, A Tween Mom's Guide to Surviving and Thriving After Pregnancy. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. When you get a chance, pick it up. Also, if I forget to say it, I don't want to forget to say it, so I say it up at front. If you like this video, rate it, comment, subscribe, share it. So I'm coming to you, talking to you about this topic today because it's a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is having sex young. So I wanted to give you some pointers. Just come on, because as a person who's had a child young, I wanted to come on and kind of give a few pointers that might help you out in the long run. Number one thing that I want to impress upon you is that once you have sex, once you lose your virginity, you can never ever get it back. So another thing to be aware of also is if you're thinking of, oral sex or anything like that, I just want you to know that that is still sex. That is still considered to be sex. So just in case somebody told you that it's not, it is. So number two thing, or next thing that I want to tell you is abstinence is the only surefire way to prevent getting pregnant or any type of disease. So just keep that in mind. There's no 100% way of not getting pregnant. So unless you're just not doing it. Next thing is when you do have sex, if you are so inclined and you choose that that's something that you want to do, make sure that you use two forms of birth control, because as you know, birth control prevents birth. That prevents you from having a baby, but it doesn't stop you from getting a disease. And condoms often fail. They're not 100% safe, or excuse me, not safe, but they're not 100% surefire. So make sure that if you don't want to get pregnant and have a baby young, like I did, use two forms of birth control. Next thing is STDs and STIs. They used to call them STDs, now they're called STIs, sexually transmitted infections. Sexually transmitted infections, a lot of them cannot have any symptoms. So I want you guys to be very aware of your body and pay attention to what's going on with your body. That is critically important, because if you don't pay attention, some of these diseases that could have otherwise been treated with drugs can leave you infertile. And that's something that you don't want, because fertility is a precious gift. One day, even if it's not right now, one day you'll want to have babies and have a family. And if you mess up right now, it will affect your future to where you won't be able to have any children at all. And I know you don't want that. Next thing to be aware of, gonorrhea. You guys' age range, 15 to 19 years old, is 20 according to the CDC, 25% of the population who gets gonorrhea. And gonorrhea is one of those diseases that does not have any symptoms a lot of times. Another one is chlamydia. Chlamydia, 30%. You guys have a 30% chance of getting that. So you really need to be cognizant of making sure that you're being protected using those condoms. Also, 79% of all the new HIV cases are reported from 13 to 24-year-olds. That's your age range. So we want you to live and don't lose your life over some sex or hormones. So like I said, protect yourself. Make sure that you're using condoms, and make sure that you're using birth control, so you do not end up trying to have a good time, but then end up pregnant. We don't want that. Also, just be wise and don't be persuaded by somebody trying to get you not to use some type of birth control. Don't gamble with your future like that. Sex is a beautiful thing, and it can be a very, very beautiful thing, but you want it to be with the right person, not just anybody. So don't get so persuaded that you lose any type of foresight. And that's coming from somebody who had a baby, young. That's why I ended up writing this book, 12 and Pregnant. It's my It's all a lot of the mistakes that I made as a young woman, and I want you guys not to make the same ones. Now, I love you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you soon.